Peace and love. I am E coming with some more information on this pagan holiday, Easter, right? So this whole Easter is coming once again around and around on the calendar, and people keep celebrating this with the eggs and the rabbit, and then one minute they celebrate Jesus' resurrection and things of that nature. So we gotta know the real meaning, the true meaning of this pagan holiday of Easter or esther, right? That means fertility, right? That's what it really means. So I'm gonna get into this pagan holiday of Easter, right? So Easter is from it's called Pascha. Pascha or Resurrection Sunday is a Christian festival culture holiday on the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, right? So we got to know something. Jesus cannot die in like 2 different months or 3 different months, if you want to call it. Because, all right, Jesus, for one, we got to know this: Jesus do not exist. All right, I be seeing a lot. I be in tune with some YouTube pages and things, and then they're sharing some real insight. But then they'll say that Jesus is coming back. Jesus is not coming. If you want to call Jesus coming, it's already here. It's the awakening of yourself. Jesus is don't exist. I'm gonna get in this video of Jesus don't exist. Okay, but it's we're gonna go into Easter, right? So Easter, right? We're gonna go real quick. I'm gonna show you real quick how they put these dates, right? Because Easter, like I said, is all representing the sun, right? The sun is bringing new life, the spring equinox, right? Now, this is for one. This is not the sun. That's NASA images of the sun. This is a bowl of fire. The sun is not fire. All right, it's a it's a like a disc of energy. This is just fire. This is not real. But this is what the spring equinox is about. The spring equinox, the sun, in spring, right? You put the sun in spring equinox because that's what Easter represents is the spring equinox. You see, in the northern hemisphere, the vernal equinox falls about March the 20th to the 21st because it's already the new year, right? The sun crosses the constellational equator going north. So this whole representing of Jesus is really the sun because Jesus can't die in like a lot of different months of Easter. You see that the Gregorian calendar and the Julian calendar and the astronomical Easter, right? The Jewish Passover, the full moon. It's all Jesus cannot die in different months, so it's just really representing the sun that you see, or the illusion that you see, really. Because you look at it, it was in 2001. It was in April the 15th, March the 31st. April 20th. It was in May on the Julian calendar. See what I'm saying? It's all, and then if you read here, it'll tell you that in 1818, the Pascal full moon fell on Saturday, March the 21st. That's a 33, right? They want to say Jesus died at 33, which is this. It's speaking about the sun, right? 33, you got 33 bones in your body from your buttocks to the crown of your head. That's what that represents, 33. And then they say here the equinox. Therefore, the following day, March 22nd, in the 81st day of the year was Easter. And it would not fall as early again until 2285, span of 467 days, 67 years, I'm saying. And the next earliest Easter, March 23rd. And then right here they say Easter would next occur on March 23rd in 2160. These are the gaps of 11, 57, 95, 152 years. So I'm going to show you some of these numbers. I'm going to show you 11, 57, and 95 because these are all just pagan numbers. You see what I'm saying? Like this is all pagan holidays. So even cause you gotta think they do it all week. Ash Wednesday, Moody Thursday. This is when they wash their feet. You know, that's probably how the whole fetish thing became and all that. Good Friday, they calling something good by killing someone. So that's just insane. And you go back to the research of Jesus, he said, Father, why are you forsaking me? He really saying he don't want to die for none of us. So it's just he was doing this for himself, which he never existed. But I'm gonna get into that. But so here we go. Like Easter, like I said, it represents Esther, Esther, fertility. You see what I'm saying? Esther. I'm gonna go here, get on to Esther, Easter, Esther, tales of violence, right? So I'm learning that back in the days of the Babylonian Romans, during the right, I'm gonna just read it for you. During the Middle Ages, the celebration of Easter was often associated with violence, as Christians celebrate, participate participating in passion plays and even sometimes in masses in which actors and priests reminded reminded them in often vivid detail of suffering of the last days of the hours of Christ's life. See what I'm saying? And I was learning also, they ain't gonna show this on the internet, that I'm gonna let you know what the eggs are really about. Because I learned that the eggs, they painted the eggs are representing like white women, European white women, in the sense that they painted those women and then they told them to run out in the field and they'll go hunt them. You see what I'm saying? They'll paint them different color and hunt them, and then they will be basically like their servant, or they have to basically be with that man for that whole evening. So that whole night, darkness, and then do what they do and whatever. But that's what that represents, the Easter eggs of hunting white women. They painted them and they hunted them, and then they would like use them as a slave. Um, so here we go. They said here both Purim and Easter also offer tales, hope, and redemption. Purim celebrates a powerful woman figure who risked her life to save her people without bloodshed. Esther's position is in Persian court with a dangerous one because she was a member of a religious minority and her husband was the king husband. The king was unstable, right? But yeah, you can do your research on this more. This is by Esther. Um, Feasting and fasting is also a central of the story of Esther. We also inherit it both in the Jewish and Christian tradition, right? So, like I said, Easter is really represent. It means like Esther, but it's like right here they're really telling you that it was celebrate for a week of violence, right? A week of violence. You can go research this. This is Easter and Esther, Tales of Violence and Hope, right? Also, more on Easter is also represented by ishtar, ishtar, right? That's what the eggs, ishtar, right? Um, because if we go here, we'll just read a little bit. Because you can, like I said, you can all do your own research. I always show just the tip of the iceberg of information. But it said Easter was originally celebrating of Ishtar, the Ezra, Azaran and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. Her symbols, like egg and bunny, were still infertility and sex symbols. Okay, if you really think about it, the egg, bunny, hare, or a bunny, they don't lay eggs. You see what I'm saying? They don't do that. So that's already just symbolism of fertility and sex. Or did you actually think eggs and bunnies had anything to do with resurrection? After Constantine decided to Christianize the empire, Easter was changed to represent Jesus. But at its roots, Easter, which is how you pronounce Estar, is all about celebrating fertility and sex. You see what I'm saying? Cause this is the spring. The spring is bringing in new life. You see what I'm saying? The sun is born of a manger. You see what I'm saying? The sun has risen 1 degree upward when it died in December and rose on December 25th, showing that this spring is here. So that's why you see all this. You see all the like I said, the nature is back. The trees, leaves are back. The bees are there. Wasps. You know, you see dragonflies, butterflies, things of that nature are here for the spring. You see what I'm saying? So Esther was a goddess of love and war and sex and will protection, fate, childbirth, marriage, storms. There is some fertility in there. There is some fertility in there, but as with Aphrodite, there is also an element of power. Her cult practiced sacred prostitution, where women waited at a temple and had sex with a stranger in exchange for a divine blessing and money to feed hungry children or pay a debt. Wow. Esther symbolized were the lion and the morning star in the 8 or 16 pointed stars. Again, symbols of power, right? Symbols of power. Um, what is I want to see somewhere quick. What is 16 times 8? I want to see that. 16 what is 16 times 8? Some reason I just want to see that. Okay, it's 128. All right. I just want to see that real quick. But anyway, I'm gonna go on to this. But y'all gonna read more on this Estar, right? This is about fertility and sex, about the eggs. This is what this really is about. Um, real quick. But yeah, like I said, you can go do your research. I did my research on this. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you should know about this pagan holiday of Easter, right? We should get into knowing about this. So the eggs, right? Real quickly. Then I get into this. Well, let me show y'all some gematria real quick. Cause this is what it is the Gregorian calendar, right? And everything. I'm gonna show you because this is fake. You know, I'm getting to the Easter, right? Easter is 23. This is 2023 right now. Um, it's also it's Estor, eostre. That's what it means. That's the word eostre. It's 2835. Esther is 33, like Jesus died at 33. If you put Jesus died, right, you put Esther, then you just put Jesus. Jesus died, right? You see 33. See what I'm saying? Esther. And then you have holiday. It's a pagan holiday. It's 38, 74. Just like Jesus. You know, you put just Jesus. Because Jesus is Lucifer. Like, I'm going to get into Jesus' story. Jesus is Lucifer. It's the same person, same character. You know, so you see Lucifer 74, 38, just like Jesus is 74. Then you have I put fake, it's 23, 22, God's. If you put, like, I'm going to get into God, right? I'm getting into God and God's son. I'm going to get into all that. I'm going to show y'all something because if you put God's son, because everybody thinks it's talking about Jesus, um, but it's not. You put God's sun, the sun energy that you see outside, you see 99 completion. And you put the sun as a boy or something, you see 33. That's a masonry. You see what I'm saying? Sun worshipers. You know, it's 201, like on the Jesuit order. But I had put finders, keepers, losers, reapers. You see 333. That's masonry. But like I was talking about, the painted woman paint is 24, 30, 60. Woman is 66. See what I'm saying? It's 24. They paint woman for the eggs. Easter egg hunt is 60, 66, 201. See that? To 201. And then 60, like paint, 66, woman, right? You see what I'm saying? Sun worshippers, 201. Eggs is 38, like death, like Lucifer. You see what I'm saying? Estar is 30. It's just like God, Son, or you have 30 as in ishtar. Well, that's why I said ishtar is 30, right? So yeah, that's all I really put. I ain't put much, but yeah, that's what the connections are about this pagan holiday of Easter. Like I said, I'm getting more of it um, into the by Jesus. You know, Jesus. I'm gonna get into Jesus doing it in another video. But yeah, that's a pagan holiday of Easter. Like I said, you do more research. Real quick, yeah, I'm gonna read this. It said the early Christians of Mesopotamia began to custom of dyeing Easter eggs. Originally, Christians dyed eggs red to represent the blood of Jesus Christ that shed on the cross. Over the time, the tradition spread throughout Eastern Orthodox churches and eventually made its way to the Catholic and Protestant churches in Europe. Right, and then they said right here, they said they use yellow to represent resurrection, blue to represent love, and red to represent the blood of Christ. Sometimes the missionaries would paint biblical scenes on the eggs and hide them. This is one of the earliest forms of Easter egg hunt. You see what I'm saying? This is like I said, this is a pagan holiday. This is all representing esther, right? Esther meaning fertility and sex, right? New life, right? The sun bringing spring equinox, new life, right? But yeah, you can read more on that. Read more on this because they were talking about one of the earliest Easter egg is from Martin Luther and all that. But yeah, this is the pagan holiday of Easter, right? You should know that this is a game. This has nothing to do with Jesus. It's all about the fertility and sex and the sun. You know, the sun's bringing new life, um, energy, bringing new energy, right, to the earth. So I'm gonna come back with more, but yeah, that's it about this pagan holiday of Easter.